Today is a perfectly agreeable English spring day, which is to say the sky is a moody grey and there's a persistent rumour of rain in the air. I find myself in Shaftesbury, a town with a name that sounds like it should be full of intrigue and ancient secrets. Its main claim to fame is a single street, Gold Hill. You've seen it, I promise. It has graced countless biscuit tins, calendars, and television adverts, most famously one for Hovis bread in the 1970s. The advert featured a young lad pushing a bicycle up this very incline, and let me tell you, having just looked up it, the boy deserved a medal, or at least the entire loaf. It's an impossibly steep, cobbled street, a relic from a time when people were clearly made of sterner stuff, or perhaps just had better knees. Walking here feels like stepping back in time, perhaps to 1827 or even earlier. The world has changed a great deal in 2 centuries, but Gold Hill, it seems, missed the memo. The cottages that line the street, with their honey-coloured stone walls and roofs of thick thatch, look as if they have simply grown out of the earth. They huddle together, leaning slightly as if whispering secrets to one another. Wildflowers, a cheerful riot of valerian and foxgloves, sprout defiantly from the cracks in the ancient abbey wall that flanks one side of the street. It's the sort of picturesque scene that makes you want to take up watercolour painting, until you remember you can't even draw a straight line. The cobbles themselves are a marvel of unevenness, polished smooth by centuries of footsteps, cartwheels, and the aforementioned delivery boy's bicycle. Each stone seems to have its own story. I imagine the clatter of horse-drawn carriages carrying wealthy merchants, the chatter of market-goers on their way to the old town square, and the sheer effort it must have taken to haul anything up this hill. It's a cardiovascular workout disguised as a tourist attraction. You can almost feel the ghosts of history puffing and panting alongside you, complaining about the price of potatoes and the dreadful state of the road. The charm is undeniable, even for a hardened skeptic. It's this romantic quality that draws people here in their droves. Tourists and photographers jostle for the perfect shot, trying to capture the timeless beauty that has made this street so famous. A little robin, entirely unimpressed by the fuss, perches on a weathered fence post, tilting its head as if to ask what all the excitement is about. It's a scene so quintessentially English, it feels almost like a parody of itself, yet its authenticity is what makes it so utterly captivating. It's a living museum, a snapshot of a bygone era that has somehow survived into the 21st century. Reaching the summit of Gold Hill feels like a genuine achievement, and the reward is twofold. Firstly, you can stop walking uphill. Secondly, you are greeted by St. Peter's Church, a handsome stone building that has stood sentinel here for centuries, its tower offering a reassuring presence over the town. Beside it, tucked away neatly, is the Gold Hill Museum. This delightful little institution is housed in what was once a lockup, a place for temporary criminals, and now it holds the keys to the town's past. It's a treasure trove of local history, offering a glimpse into the lives of the people who built and inhabited this remarkable place. Inside the museum, you can get lost in the story of Shaftesbury. There are displays dedicated to the town's ancient origins, founded, so the story goes, by King Alfred the Great. You can learn about the once mighty Shaftesbury Abbey, a powerful convent that dominated the town for centuries before Henry VIII got his hands on it. There are artifacts from daily life, old tools, domestic oddities, and photographs that show this very street bustling with a different kind of energy. It's a wonderful, slightly dusty reminder that history isn't just about kings and queens. It's about ordinary people living their lives, right here on this hill. Stepping back outside, the real prize is the view. Oh, the view. From the top of Gold Hill, the Blackmore Vale unfolds before you like a giant green quilt. It's a breathtaking panorama of rolling hills, patchwork fields, and distant woodlands, stretching all the way to the horizon. On a clear day, they say you can see for miles, and even on a slightly overcast day like today, it is magnificent. You can see why they built a town here. It's a strategic position, and a rather lovely one at that. It's the sort of view that makes you feel small in the best possible way. This vantage point has been admired for generations. Imagine the residents of the grander 18th century houses nearby, peering out of their windows at this same timeless landscape. They would have seen the same fields, perhaps worked by different hands, and the same distant line of hills. The weather patterns would have rolled in from the west, just as they do now, bringing sunshine and showers. It's a profound connection to the past. Standing here and knowing that you are sharing a moment with countless souls who have stood in this exact spot and felt the same sense of awe. The charm of this area isn't confined to one famous street. The spirit of Gold Hill seems to spill over into the surrounding villages, creating a whole region that feels wonderfully, stubbornly old-fashioned. A short drive away, you might find yourself in Lecoq, a village so perfectly preserved it's owned by the National Trust. Walking through Lecoq is like wandering onto a film set. Indeed, it often is. Its timber-framed houses and ancient tithe barn have appeared in everything from Harry Potter to Pride and Prejudice. It's another place that seems to have politely declined to join the modern world. Then there are villages like Fontmell Magna, which possess a quieter, more lived-in charm. Here, you find the same lovely cottages, many with thatched roofs that look like neatly combed hair, and gardens spilling over with flowers. An old red postbox is set into a stone wall, and the village church stands as the community's anchor. In the park, I saw a pair of wild ducks waddling about with an air of complete ownership. It's these small, unassuming details that create such a strong sense of place. It's a world away from the frantic pace of city life, a place where the loudest noise is the buzzing of bees. The countryside here is generous. In the gardens, lavender plants are fat and fragrant, almost ready for harvest. The hedgerows are thick with promise. Blackberries are beginning to darken on their thorny vines, and apple trees in orchards and back gardens are heavy with fruit. It speaks of a connection to the land and the seasons that has been a part of English rural life for centuries. This isn't just a pretty picture, it's a working landscape, a provider of food and a source of local pride. It's a cycle of life that continues, year after year, regardless of what's happening in the wider world. Comparing these villages reveals the subtle variations of a classic English theme. While Gold Hill has its dramatic incline and cinematic fame, Lecoq has its architectural purity, and Fontmell Magna has its gentle, everyday grace. Each offers a different flavour of the same nostalgic experience. They are all part of a shared identity, a vision of England that is deeply rooted in history, community, and the enduring beauty of the countryside. They are places that remind you to slow down, to look more closely, and to appreciate the simple, quiet things. So why do we love these places so much? Why do we flock to Gold Hill, to Lecoq, to these pockets of the past? I think it's because they offer a sense of permanence in a world that seems to be changing at a bewildering speed. There is a deep comfort in knowing that this cobbled street has looked much the same for 200 years, that the view from the top is the same one King Alfred might have known, and that the rhythm of life in the surrounding villages continues much as it always has. It's a feeling of nostalgia, not just for our own past, but for a collective, almost mythical past. This is the England of the imagination, the one we read about in books and see in paintings. It's a land of thatched cottages, country lanes, and gentle, rolling hills. It's a place where communities are still centered around the church and the pub, where people know their neighbors, and where the changing of the seasons is the most important event on the calendar. Of course, the reality is more complex, but the romance of it is powerful. It's an ideal that we long for, a sense of peace and simplicity that seems increasingly rare in our modern lives. As I stand here watching a fresh wave of tourists begin their ascent, I understand the appeal completely. They are not just here to take a photograph for their social media feeds. They are here to connect with something real, something solid and enduring. They are here to breathe in the history, to feel the uneven cobbles under their feet, and to gaze out at that magnificent, unchanging view. It's a pilgrimage of sorts, a journey to a place that represents a timeless and beloved version of England. And so, people will keep coming. They will huff and puff their way up Gold Hill. They will wander through the quiet lanes of Fontmell Magna, and they will fall in love with this corner of the English countryside. They will be captivated by the crooked roofs, the abundant wildflowers, and the feeling that they have stepped into a different, gentler time. And who can blame them? In a world that often feels chaotic and uncertain, there is something profoundly reassuring about a place that has got so much of it so right for so very long.